Hey guys, this is Jerry back with @theatricallyjerry. I haven't done an update or a tutorial in a while, so I decided I would go ahead and do another tutorial on Code's Victory 3. Now, this specific tutorial is just about upgrading the light console. I always recommend getting the latest firmware for the console, and Code did just release version 3.3.3. So if you don't have that, you can go over to their website and download 3.3.3. You're going to want it because they have added a lot of new features. I'm going to go over a couple of them now just to show you guys a couple things that you might not have known the Victory 3 can do. So anyways, we're going to go over here to setup. So hit your setup. It's going to bring up your setup screen here. Under Manage Console, and this isn't specific to 3.3.3. They did release the cursor a little bit back, but not too far back. Right here, you can actually enable a cursor. So if you plug in a mouse to your USB port here, that will enable a cursor on the screen, so you don't actually have to use the touch screen anymore. You can use a cursor. So I wanted to inform you guys of that. We're going to go ahead and hit back here. If you want to upgrade your console, since this is a little tutorial and a feature, go ahead and go to System Manage and hit Manage Upgrade. That's going to bring up all your files on your USB drive here. You're going to go and look for 3.3.3, which I don't need to do, because if you ever want to know what firmware the Victory 3 is running, it'll tell you right here. So I have the newest firmware. I don't need it, but you would search for it here on your thumb drive, and then you would just select it and hit Upgrade Software and confirm, and it will upgrade it for you automatically. I recommend you guys do that. Couple of other things that I liked that they have included with this upgrade is the newest thing. I'm going to go in my workspace here. I love this. They have actually upgraded the DMX live view, and it's amazing now. You guys are going to love this over the old DMX live view. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like. I'm going to go ahead and go to Universe 2, which is line 2. By the way, if you ever want to see your different universes, you go here and you hit that cog, or the little gear wheel there, and it will show you all the universes. The Victory 3, if you have the newest firmware, supports 8 universes, so you're going to want to get the newest firmware because it's going to open up more universes for you. So anyways, I'm going to hit line 2, because that is where the lights that are programmed into my faders are. And let's see what happens when I bring up fader. Now, as you can see, you can actually see each individual channel as well as the DMX value of that channel, and it's live. I think that's amazing. I chose green boxes with blue font. If you don't like that, you can always change them down here. So you can change your grid color and your text color right there. I just chose a green grid with blue text. It's what's pleasing to my eyes, so I just picked that. Anyways, something else that's really cool about this live view, and it's helpful, is as you can see, I have these channels up and their values. You can actually use your little scroll wheel here or your touch screen, and you can scroll down to these, and you can be like, I wonder what these are. Why are these on? If you scroll on top of one and highlight it, it actually shows you down here the DMX address, your fixture ID, which is for this one 11, the name of the fixture, which is a 36 by 1 watt LED par, and that is my red channel, which checks out because if we go and look over here, we actually have the red channel up. So that's cool. And then you can also go ahead and select it with the touch screen too. It's a lot faster. So those are my red channels, and as you can see, my dimmer channel is also up on there as well. Dimmer, so my dimmer's up. If I fade this playback, you're going to see on the live view the color's going to fade and the values are going to change live. So this is something new that they've implemented. I love it. That's another reason why you're going to want 3.3.3 is there's a lot of cool new features here. So live view is one of them, and this shows you every channel all the way up here to 512, I'm going to assume. Nope. It shows you all the way to 512. Okay. Some reason there's a 20 there. It doesn't go to 520. There's 512 channels in a universe, so that makes most sense. But anyways, it's going to show you all those. Let's go ahead and get out of that. What else have they implemented? Oh yeah, let's go over to effects. So we're going to go over to our effects workspace. One thing I asked for the developers is to allow us to be able to rename our workspaces, because if I were to rename one effects, I'd know where my effects workspace is. Right now I'm having to guess. It's not 7. Workspace 5? No. Alright, I did not save effects to a workspace, only my user effects. So if I want to pull up effects, I'll just hit effects over here on the side. Something new that they've included with effects here is, let's say I do an intensity effect, a dimmer chase. We need to select some fixtures here. It's not going to do anything. Dimmer chase. So as you can see, dimmer chase has popped up here and it's selected. If you go to effect form, they have included some new effect forms in 3.3.3. So there are some different ones like flat low, flat high, ramp up, random. You have some new phases all the way up to phase 6. We have a jump 1. So they've included some stuff like that. And if we go into color effects, something else I noticed, they have included white now. So you do have red plus white plus blue swap, blue plus white plus red swap. These are all some new effects that they've added for your guys' pars or fixtures that require an RGBW color space. They're included. So that's something new that I like. We'll get out of there. What else do we have? They have fixed a lot of bugs. There were a lot of bugs, especially for, like, if we go to effects, if we go to clear, the clear effects button wasn't clearing the effects. Now it will. So that's a bug that's been fixed in 3.3.3. Something else I think is cool, I'm going to show you, and I don't think they included it in the changelog, but it's something that I actually really like, and I've asked the developer a lot of times to incorporate this because it makes life a lot easier, is if we go to edit label and we want to edit this label right here. Now, the old way would be when this text box comes up, we have to hit keyboard. And I got really tired of hitting keyboard. So In version 3.3.3, you just select the text box. So much faster than having to come over here and hit keyboard every time you want to enter something. So if I wanted to rename this, I would just hit backspace, select it, and now I can type in whatever I want to label that, which I don't because it's already labeled. That's something else that they've included that they didn't really mention in the changelog, but it's something that I really wanted to see upgraded on the Victory 3. A couple of other things that I would like to see upgraded on this console. For whatever reason, the playbacks are not releasing. So, for instance, if I bring up this green and blue playback, and then I decide I'm going to do a playback with effects on it. Let me get out of my workspace area. I don't really need to see my workspace. If I decide to do like red strobe, it will actually not release the old playback, so you can actually kind of see there's green and red in it, and this playback's just supposed to be a red strobe, and it doesn't release it. That's the original playback. This is supposed to be just a red strobe, and it's actually red, green, and blue because I had played back this blue and green playback. So in order to get rid of that now, you have to hit clear. So if I hit clear on this, bring this down, hit clear, bring it up, now it's back to normal. But if I go over here and I do it again and select a playback like this green and blue, chase, and then I decide to do like a different playback, as you can see, it's now stuck. It's actually holding the effects playbacks. So it's really weird, and I can't really explain it, but they do need to update that, because right now your playbacks are no good if you decide to use a effects playback, and then you use a solid playback. Like, for instance, this playback is supposed to be red, okay? But because I played an effects playback, I now have my effects stuck, and this is not a red channel. I have to come over here and hit clear, and now it's how I had it, which is just an all red playback. So hopefully they will fix that soon. A couple of other things that I wanted to mention in the upgrades is you can actually now label your cues, which I love. So if you go into edit playback and hit edit playback, you have a cue here now, okay? This is our cue screen. This is for current playback 1. You can label it now, so you can actually put something useful or meaningful to you just by hitting the label button here. So I hit label, and this is my solid red playback for my LED pars. So I'm just going to put solid red, confirm. Now I have a label, so I could say Q1 is my solid red playback. So that's something new that they've added. I love that. To label the cues, it's great, so you can actually see what you're doing. Okay, so something else that I wanted to mention while we're mentioning upgrades is if you hit setup here and you come over to manage fixture library, you can import from an external file, or import from an internal library. So these are two very important things if you're going to import light fixtures. If you want the latest fixture profiles, there is a new one on Code's website. You would hit Upgrade Fixture Library over here, and then select the fixture library from your USB drive here. So I already have this upgraded, and it tells me right here, current library is 8/22/2024. So that is something you're going to want, because when you go to patch a light, we hit patch new fixture if you needed to know how to patch a fixture. And the used library equals user is now going to hit system. So the upgrade upgrades the system library here with all new fixtures. So maybe there'll be some on there that you've been missing, but as you can see, Code has quite a lot of fixtures from a lot of light manufacturers. They could always use more. So you can never have too many fixture profiles, especially if you are on the fly and you happen to get a light that you don't have programmed into your console, which happens all the time. You could go ahead and pull it up here if they have the fixture profile. And the only way to make sure that you have the latest is to go to Code's website and download the latest fixture profile from them. So I recommend doing that. As you can see here, this is my user fixture profiles. I prefer to make my own, regardless of whether it's actually in the internal fixture profile. I still make my own, and I also always export my fixture library because it's important to always save those, so I do that as well. One thing that also still bothers me about the Victory 3 is that you can't use RDM if you're using ArtNet, which I confirmed with the developer, it does not work. So if you try to RDM something, I'll hit full discovery, it's not going to pull up anything because I'm using ArtNet out. If you're using one of the 4 DMX512 outputs in the back, the RDM will work. If you use ArtNet, it does not work. So I'm hoping they will update that in a future upgrade to the firmware as well. So there's still a lot of things that need fixed on here, especially the bugs here with the playbacks as well that they need to go ahead and address, which they will. They do work with their customers, so if you ever do have a problem with any of their consoles, you can always email them and they will fix it in a later release. They do listen to their customers, and they do implement a lot of ideas from their customers into their software, which I love. So I've been giving them some ideas, and they have implemented a few of them, and I love that because now that makes my life and hopefully your life a little easier. But anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching this. I just wanted to update you on the version 3.3.3. If you don't have it, go ahead and grab it now from Code's website. And also, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel at Theatrically Jerry. I do a lot of reviews like this and tutorials on light consoles and fixtures and atmospheric equipment and DJ equipment. So if anything like that interests you, you can go ahead and subscribe. Also, if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You can like this video with your thumbs up, or you can go ahead and comment down below if you have a question or whatever, and I will respond to them as fast as I can. So if you do have any comments about Code's Victory 3, or their newest console, the Victory 5, go ahead and write it down below, and I'll do my best to answer it for you. I do have a lot of tutorials that I need to create for the Victory 3 because a lot of my followers here on YouTube have asked me to create specific tutorials. So if you have a specific need that you want covered on the Victory 3, go ahead and write that, and then maybe I can do an upcoming video tutorial on that for you to help you kind of figure out codes consoles. Anyways, thank you guys for watching.